Well, I'm here today to talk about Grubtown Tales, which is a very easy thing to do because I've been living in Grubtown for I don't know how long now. Although only the first two books are currently out, Stinking Rich and Just Plain Stinky and The Year That It Rained Cows, I'm actually working on book 6 at the moment. So I'm thinking far ahead. So when children come up to me and ask me really complicated questions about the first two, I have to stroke my beard briefly and have a think about it because I'm already off somewhere else, but at least I'm in Grubtown. My name is Philip Ardagh, but when I'm in Grubtown, I'm called Beardy Ardagh, and I can't for the life of me think why that might be. Maybe you'll have some ideas. What can I tell you about Grubtown? Well, it's run by the mayor, Flabby Gomez, who won it in a raffle, but it is a town of one man, one vote, and he's the one man who gets the vote. And surprise, surprise, he always votes for himself. But he's quite a fair man, and he loves having lots of parades, and he loves giving out medals. And I think the people who've probably got more medals than anyone else, except for him, of course, are two children. One's called Jilly Cheetah, who is the town's official duck gatherer, and the other is her best friend Mango Claptrap, who's probably best known for wearing ridiculously short shorts. And in the first book, in Stinking Rich and Just Plain Stinky, they discover an enormous diamond, but I'm not actually going to say much more about that than I have. And in the second book, The Year That It Rains Cows, poor old Limbo Goulash is out on Marley Gright's bicycle when a cow lands on him, and it's the first of many cows. That first cow is a real cow. The rest are model cows, each slightly smaller than the last. I think really 7-year-olds will love this, but younger children will have great fun having it read to them. And secretly, I know a lot of much older children and adults who've had fun reading them as well, because that's a great thing about my books. I like to feel that they're fun for all the family. They really work on lots of different levels for different people. So maybe some of the corruption and the nastiness will be appreciated in different ways by different age groups. The great thing is the books look really appealing. Someone said to me they're sort of postmodern Roald Dahl with a SpongeBob SquarePants look about them, and I thought, gosh, I wish you worked in publishing trade, then I could have a quote on the back of the book saying that, because the people get drawn in. Once you start talking about Grubtown and start reading about Grubtown, looking at the fantastic pictures by a chap who lives in the Arizona desert, so I've yet to meet him, I've yet to be parachuted in, and I like to think he's sitting there probably with a sort of half-dog beast at his feet and lots of cactus juice, working away, trying to bring my characters to life, because that's such an important element when you're writing a story. There are black and white pictures in here, and lots of strange... Oh, there are the Grumbly Girls, who are appalling singers. Here they're singing that well-known rendition, Don't Stick That Chicken Up Your Jumper, Uncle Harry. And I try to explain what I want the characters to be like, and he'll do some pencil sketches, and then I'll say, no, can you try it this way, or can you try it that way? I like to think when you've read a Grubtown tale, you really feel you've been somewhere. And when you've read 2 tales, you're really getting to know us Grubtowners, the citizens of Grubtown. Because each story, although it's a standalone story, you find out more and more about the characters. And you hear little anecdotes, you think, oh, I knew a bit about that before, but now I know the tail end of that. So you're building up a whole idea. It's like when you move into a neighbourhood. When you move in, it's as though everyone's lived there the same amount of time. But once you've been there for a while, you find out, oh, they've only been here a few days longer than me. So it's building up this whole crazy world. But the fantastic thing is, unlike your neighbourhood, anything can happen. And a lot of it is completely and utterly bananas. It's crazy, but crazy within the confines of something. Children, when they write their own stuff, will say, and then a great big alien spaceship will crash into it, and then this and that'll happen, which is fine if that's what the story is about. But within Grubtown Tales, only Grubtowny things happen, but they are crazy things. And yes, I think I would have loved it, particularly with such a handsome-looking guy on the back there. Oh, it's me.